Hello, Wisdom Warrior women. Kathy Kincaid here from the Rocky Mountains in Colorado. So glad you could make it. Welcome. Just your being here shows that you understand that taking care of your life takes all of us, takes a village, I suppose, and we understand the importance of doing so. Let's start with whole is the goal. You ready? Whole is the goal. I am perfect, whole, and complete just as I am right now. It's all good. All is well in my world, and so it is. We come from the realm of being to this world of being and doing to become conscious of, to recognize this wholeness in the midst of the confusion. Despite all appearances to the contrary, we are free to see. The old ideas are error. They have no power over me. Whole is the goal. We are perfect, whole, and complete, and I love when we come together. Let's play. And I forgot the newest line, which is the most important in this year of changing of our habits, and that is that we are co-creating our lives. I'm co-creating mine, you're co-creating yours, and together we're co-creating some new world for all of us. So I'm glad you're here. Let's try 3 Ujjayi breaths to get us going. Ujjayi breath is a victory breath, a Darth Vader breath. It takes place somewhere behind everything, and it sounds like Darth Vader, and we'll do 3 of those. Here we go. And one more. Good. Now I hope that we're fully present because we're now in a new month, and the habit we'll be working with is money. Ka-ching! We're examining our relationship with money, which means we're helping wealth to happen in our lives. It's a balance of discovery and creation. Anything we want is already here and available for us. We just have taken the world at face value, not realizing that there's so much more being offered for those with eyes to see. We take some action steps to move the rubble of our old thinking that hides the new from view. That's the biggest part. If we don't believe that it's worthy of our time, our action will be empty, and we won't be heading anywhere. We'll just be doing it so we can check it off our list. So mindset is very important in this co-creating process, and that's why we spend the first week for sure speaking about the mindset of the habit. Because we're bringing in the new, removing the rubble, cobwebs, to reveal the new so that we can work with it, the possibility of it. And it's just new to us. It's been here all along. We've just been looking for something else. It's here now. We are standing right now in the 5th world of peace with the mindset of the 4th world of separation. So we're retraining our mind to accept some new information. With each month's habit, in essence, we are retraining our minds and our senses. We're resensitizing by observing what is. In self-care we just worked with, and life space, and now with money. And keep in mind, just remember and know that what we want is right here, waiting for us to find it, to resonate with it, to work with it. This is the co-creating process that we've been talking about. It's listening and moving our feet. The realm of being and doing, recognizing it right here in the midst of confusion, is wonderful. Right here. Realizing, making real our inner in our outer world. In that way, we're bridging the two. And that's what I call practical mysticism. The inner world is the mystical world. We have all kinds of ideas, understandings, desires, all that invisible stuff that makes up what we do when we're working with intention. So, the first week we usually look at what is, and that's what we're doing today. First of all, why would you want more wealth in your life? Just so you can buy more stuff? In that case, you probably have, excluded wealth from life. Up here, and actually in Texas and other places, there, and myself as well. There is a strange confusion around being spiritual and wealth. Now, I'm not going to start the prosperity gospels or whatever it is you've heard about that we just kind of, don't want to hear about. But wealth is our natural state. Wholeness doesn't lack for anything. So if we are perfect, whole, and complete, which we are deep down inside, and here it's just primordial, showing up as Kathy Kincaid, or state your name here, to have a fuller expression of that perfect, whole, and complete in our world, we wouldn't lack for anything. And that doesn't just mean that I need to see what's here, like I have a wealth of things. I have this rug, I have whatever. All right, it's not stagnant, it's always moving. And we're just retraining. Providing for your life keeps others from having to do it and works with our level of struggle by liberating our minds. It's hard work to stay poor because survival is exhausting. I know that one. I know a lot of you know that one. So this is self-care. You are the primary caregiver of you. It's a generous act of service. Do yourself right? So clearly, I'm not a money expert. I'm a student. And in my life experience, I've come up with some skills that work for me, and I think they could help in this process of wealth building. Paying attention to our lives in such a way that we can see the patterns in our lives is wisdom. And you have it. I have it. We have it. We don't have to follow those patterns. We don't have to. We can create new ways, and that is warriorship, because it takes courage. It takes relentless compassion and action. And we call ourselves wisdom warrior women for a reason. It's not just a cute little fun thing, girl power. It's real. It's real. So we already know what the experts will say to us about money, or I do, and I'm sure you've heard it. Budget your money. Pay yourself first. Save, save, save. And let's like this info better, because we already have been budgeting our time, our energy, and now we're working with our money. Shouldn't be too much different, but it feels different. And I'm speaking from my own experience. I love my life, and I'm ready to give myself a raise to middle income. Middle income. It's not even what, skyrockets. Poverty level living, no matter what spin we put on it, is not who we are. The end. No, we're going to keep going. So let's plan this life with some different patterns. We do that with attention and intensity of action as we do. Let's give it as much focus as we do when we're making plans for our phones or travel plans. Let's take care of ourselves, our children. What are we going to feed them? We have to think ahead. Changing the patterns of how we deal with money and financial fitness. So, the skills that we're going to be working with this week. First of all, what I've been trying to do just in the introduction, and that is weaving the language of wisdom and wealth. How to be attractive to money. Not just how to attract money, how to live in that, whatever it is, not occasionally just when I need it. And this idea, your life is your business. You are the CEO of you. And as Dr. Phil has said, that being so, would you fire you? If you just knew that you were managing your life or the CEO of your life, would you fire you? What kind of job are you doing? We're running your life like your life depended on it, because it does. We learn much of what we believe about money from way early in life from our parents, and that became our default setting for our old avatar, our young avatar. And we've also experienced beyond that our own experiences about money, but they do stem from that original paradigm. If parents struggled, talked about lack, money don't grow on trees, all that stuff, So we work as hard as we can, but we still live very near the poverty line. And I'm not talking about how much money you bring in only. Are you running your life as a non-profit? Are you still living at poverty level? And again, as I have learned, and you have too, how much you bring in is not your level of wealth. How much goes out, and when it's done, what do you have? That's your level of living. And we are in complete control of that. Maybe not right now, at the moment. It's a good time to look into it. Another thing money experts say, do you have a 5-year plan for your money? A 3-year, 1 year? Do you have a plan at all? This is tricky at COVID time, but the COVID time is the perfect time to create blueprints. It takes time to do that. It's a perfect time to create blueprints. And wisdom comes from experience, but this ain't our first rodeo. Usually we talk about money during New Year's resolutions and whatnot. Or, maybe not all of us, but that's how it happens commonly. So we'll dig into our experience with money, our thoughts about money, and what has created the young avatar as she grows up into this new avatar, which is how we show up in life. So we started with self-care. We went on to life space, which deals with observing our homes and how they reflect either our default setting or our authenticity, and a sprinkling of both, more than likely. Money, on the other hand, reflects our level of confidence and interest, because money is an abstract thing. You can't move it around like that sofa. And I could order something from Amazon, but I can't order more money. It is much more linked to how much we can expect to have, how willing we are to work with it. Lots of abstract things lead to our money lives, not just our job. So much more. So this first skill we're going to work with is languaging. Words hold power, and listen closely to your words. And the words sometimes just stay in here, but they're talking. we have self-talk. Within every belief is the seed or potential of its opposite. And a lot of us will be growing that, the opposite of what is just so common for us to say, I can't afford it. It's hard. I just work hard and I can't make money, blah, blah. So the second skill, and this is actually part of relanguaging, is redefining success. The word success for a lot of us could bring up the old 1980s need for greed, right? But success is getting somewhere you want to be from where you are now. It's a path, it's a journey. And success means, this is languaging, I can create something when I need it. That would be success. I can make a contribution to others. I can be loving and respecting to others and myself. I can be spiritual and a good person and still have money. And when I do, I can help others do the same. Please. I can bridge my inner and outer lives in ways that work. Success is measured by the quality and happiness in our lives. That is how it's measured. It's not by how much money you have. I've known people with money that aren't happy. They're worried something's going to happen to it or whatever. And I've known people with money that are just fine and dandy. They appreciate where they are. So when we envision, plan, and schedule, we can watch our success unfolding on paper, because some of it just slips by us. So bridging our inner and outer lives, our mindset and our actions, because any sort of change in habitual patterns will not happen by accident. It won't happen just because we're thinking about it, although thinking about it is part of the equation. We make it so. We co-create it. Our inner creates our outer. Unconsciously, it's doing it now. So our inner creates our outer unconsciously until we choose to actively bridge the two. And that is what the value is of this year's program of 12 habits, 12 months. We have 21 days. It takes 21 days to change a habit. And we are beginning our month's journey with money. So since your life is your business, it's time for an in-depth interview with yourself. This week, we're dealing with your inner money show. So grab your journal and a pen or something to write with. When it comes to your relationship with money, mindset is so important. And with any habit, it's the paradigm, the lens, the filter that's screening all your calls from money. It's calling you. Even if money is given to us, if we don't believe we deserve it or any of that mind chatter's going on, what good will it be? It's hard to work with it. So here we go. This is an interview or survey questions. You've interviewed for jobs, I'm sure, where they want to survey your character, right? So first question, it has to do with your parents and money. How did your parents spend money? And you can just jot the questions down, or you can pause this and write the answers. I don't know. It's all up to you. How did your parents enjoy their money? Did they enjoy their money? Did they struggle a lot? Was money just a forbidden topic, like the head in the sand or something to hide? I don't know what's going on there. And the zinger is, do you relate with money in the same way? This is your early story. What's fed your younger avatar up to now on how to succeed in the world, or if it's possible. And then I want you to write down this affirmation, okay? And say it. I give myself permission to have what I want. I give myself permission to have what I want. Because we may have learned to do many things our parents did. We can always learn from that and become really good parents to ourselves. So those are the questions about parents and money that fed your young avatar. So to continue this in-depth surveying, let's move into creative mind, not just observing mind or reflecting mind. The previous questions were your up to now story, and now we're going to get creative. So reframing your story. What financial story would you like to have? You can create a new personal history for yourself. Let go of the stories about your past that don't support your new vision of success and abundance you're creating from now. Focus on all the times you were successful and did have a measure of abundance. Get creative. I'll tell you something. Yesterday was Mother's Day. I had a perfectly pleasant morning, all as I loved it. My morning pages, my yoga, I did my cards for the week. I made sure where my money situation was and planned my week in alignment with what I have planned for the month. This is another week of the month, perfect. Then I went to have lunch and went to the house for a little bit. And there was a little drama because Cameron came up to deliver some things, not knowing that you weren't supposed to be on the land. So it was kind of a thing. And she was escorted here. So there was a little bit of drama. And then the whole evening just kind of blew up. Had a nice call with the family. But after that, it was like I didn't go to bed till 11:30. Craziness. And when I woke up this morning and everything was a mess, I was kind of tired, I realized that was really a beautiful day. The quality of the day was absolutely wonderful. And it would have been overlooked had I not been doing my morning pages to reflect on what did it feel like. I realized I had all these plans for yesterday and I didn't get them done, but who cares? It was fun and it didn't stop anything from happening moving forward. So we're getting creative. Like I just reframed the day. That's the point. The day happened. That was what happened. And I framed the story. Oh man, I got so far behind. I could go from that language. That's my inner dialogue from a long time. But actually it was a wonderful day. It was both. Just choose your focus. So, yes, the first thing is creating your financial story, your life story of successes and your attitudes toward money. You can create your past. It's already gone. Nobody's going to argue with you about it. Or maybe they will. What fun. And then list all the reasons. These are going to be lists. List all the reasons you deserve money. Because you do. List some beautiful things that have happened in this world thanks to money. I tell you something, I'm watching some really miraculous stories of people with money and energy giving to people with no work, no means of support. So you don't have to work too hard to find some of those things, but some of the greatest inventions in the world took money to get out. And we just take them for granted now. So list some beautiful things that have happened in this world thanks to money. List the awesome things and experiences money will add to your life. For me, it would take some fear away. I have a tooth that's bugging me for hot and cold First of all, it's COVID. I don't even know if dentists are open. But secondly, it takes money. You have to provide for the future. Things happen. So, and it doesn't have to be only those practical things in your list of awesome things and experiences. You can go beyond that, but it's included. List how being richer than you are will benefit others. And then this last one, number 6, if you're counting. I am grateful to money because, and you write down. So if the quality we feel in our bodies and minds when we think about money is resistance, guilt, fear, shame, hopelessness, that's the energy that we are and that we're working with. And it's not attractive to wealth, right? It's a turnoff. We are energy, and our energy resonates at a certain frequency, a vibratory frequency. So give yourself a raise in vibration and you'll be met with the same with the universe, because it's just a reflection. Anyway, mental things. So this is a redefining of success, and we can do it while including your desires, including your fears. Look at them. They're based on what? They're based on what? Right now, they could be based on the fact that, everything's stretched, but everything comes to pass. We've had the Great Depression. We've had many things, housing crisis, and what have you. And they do pass. And while they're passing, we learn things, of course, about quality, generally, about quality. So this is redefining success while including your desires, and it is attractive to everything. This is creative thinking, and it builds strength and vitality, a clarity of perception. When I look at why am I afraid? Why did I go, ooh, about my tooth? Was it about my tooth? Or was it a fear of paying for that tooth? Get curious. And when you do this kind of work, it tethers where you want to go with your inner wisdom. It connects them. They walk hand in hand. Thought, feeling, and a goal. COVID time is the perfect time to take steps to new. Alone together. And here is a great affirmation for this section where you're recreating, reframing. And here it is. I am limitless, no matter what my past looks like. I love money because I love myself. Now, might have to practice that one. that might take us off to the edge, right? So this week this is the work for the week until next Monday. But I do want to tap into what this video is saying during our Thursday Zoom call. Join us because it's kind of getting good. We get a chance to collaborate. So we have our lists, the questions about our parents and their view on money. So we have our own digging to do. And we have our affirmations. My life is my business. I am attractive to money. I give myself permission to have what I want. I am limitless no matter what my past looks like. I love money because I love myself. Well, that's 5. I should have made 7. 1 per day. Just say them all 5. Say them 3 times a day. My body just gets excited when I speak that way to myself. And what it is, it's not news. It's a reminder. That's all. It's a huge Post-it note. Because you're perfect, whole, and complete right now, just as you are. We have just forgotten, and we've piled rubble on top of that truth. And we're just moving it out of the way. That's all. So those could be a bit awkward. I hope you take time each day to repeat those affirmations, to revisit and keep editing your lists your investigation of yourself. Affirmations used consistently soften our habitual go-tos from the default, from our younger avatar. We're growing up. We're moving on. We're not here to stay the same, to be safe in our cocoons, to be the best caterpillar. We're here to transform and fly. It's not too late. You're right on time. Your homework is simply to complete the list, repeat the affirmations maybe 3 times a day, and we'll talk about it in our Zoom calls. And I'm thrilled, actually. I'm kind of a, it's almost, well, I was going to say something that would have been derogatory to my, I was going to say it's almost like algebra. I loved moving on with higher math and algebra, but I wasn't really good at it. But it was something very intriguing. So here there are no grades. Up to now, may not have been very good at it, and we're relearning. I was with a friend, we created Liberty Financial. It was just something we were looking into, how to grow money. We just need to learn, a lot of it's just education, how to work with money that will work. It's not just income, it's how you handle it. So we're working with it. So in closing, I have 2 quotes, and I lifted them off the internet, and I do not know whose they are, but I like them. One is, if your dreams don't scare you, they're not big enough. It should be scary, exciting work. And the second one, be the energy you want to attract. Is something you have to engage in our lives in a new way. Our success, our wealth, our happiness, our refined quality of life will not be delivered to the door. We have to discover it, uncover it, and create with it. So that takes care of our first lesson for the week. Get us going for the Zoom call. There will be something else to tag on, and I want to hear from all of you and how it's going. I put my these are like my ancestors or my guidance counselors for money. There are some great books, great information. You work with what you need to work with, but all of them will take you back to your roots to see, how did you start thinking this way? Think you can shake it off? Think you can do something different? And then we'll move on to the actual nuts and bolts of the money fun. Stay playful. Stay fun. Things happen. Magic happens when we're not too serious about it. And practice reframing. It's fun. All right. Blah, blah. Big love to you all. And I'll see you on Thursday night for the Zoom call. Let me know what you're thinking about all this. I'd love to hear from you. Bye-bye.